You keep asking why he's cold, but you keep feeding him a reason to shut down. This is Relationship Wednesday, and welcome to the Bad Influence podcast with yours truly, Jordan Banderas, where love isn't a lullaby, it's an alarm clock. You don't need cute couple tips, you need the truth that fixes the foundation. And today's topic is simple. Ladies, if you make a man feel appreciated and powerful, then he will go to war for you. Not because you begged, not because you controlled, because you lit the part of him that wants to protect and provide. But you keep doing the opposite, then acting surprised when he goes quiet. You call him lazy, immature, emotionally unavailable. Then you wonder why his effort dies. You don't motivate a man by making him feel small. You train him to stop trying, and then you label his shutdown as his personality. Here's the lie you're living. You think criticism is leadership. You think pointing out what he does wrong will magically turn him into what you want. But that's not love. That's a power game with a romance filter. You want a man to lead, but you punish him every time he tries. You want him to be strong, but you attack him when he's vulnerable. You want him to be present, but you greet him with a scoreboard. You don't see it because you call it standards. But standards without appreciation turns into a cage. And no man fights for a woman who makes him feel like a constant failure. The problem is not that men need ego strokes. The problem is you keep starving the part of him that wants to show up. You think love is him proving himself every single day. Real love is you noticing when he does. Appreciation isn't weakness, it's fuel. And power isn't domination, it's purpose. When a man feels useful to you, he stands taller. When he feels respected by you, he becomes dangerous to anything that threatens you. When he feels seen by you, he stops looking for that feeling somewhere else. But if you keep making him feel like he can't win, he will stop playing. He will either shut down in your house or light up outside. And you'll call it men are trash instead of owning the climate you helped create. This is not about you shrinking your voice. This is about you learning the difference between building a man and breaking him. If this made your chest tighten and your first thought was, damn, that's us, good. Because that's the moment the old script starts to crack. You don't wake up and decide to ruin the relationship, but your habits do it for you. Your nervous system wakes up already irritated, like love is a fight you have to win. Tight jaw, short breath, that need to control the day before it controls you. You call it stress, but it shows up as sharp tone, fast answers, and zero softness. You walk into the kitchen and your body's scanning for what's wrong. And when you scan for wrong, you always find wrong. He says something small and your chest jumps like it's an attack. Your brain loads the old file. He doesn't care. You start talking at him, not to him. Your voice gets louder because your fear is trying to feel safe. His shoulders rise, his eyes change, his breathing gets shallow. He's not relaxing. He's bracing. And you keep pushing because you read his brace as disrespect. That's the loop. Your nervous system triggers his nervous system. Two scared people pretending it's communication. You don't notice the little ways you cut him down all day. The sarcasm, the eye roll, the must be nice comments, right? You know what I'm talking about. The little jokes that are not even jokes. You think it's harmless, but his body reads it as you're not enough. And when a man feels like he's not enough, he stops offering. He stops asking. He stops risking. He starts staying quiet because quiet is safer than failing you again. You mistake that quiet for peace. Then you get mad because he's checked out. You want him to lead, but every decision he makes gets reviewed like a court case. You correct him in front of people, then wonder why he doesn't step up at home. You say, I just need help, but your tone says you're a burden. You want him to feel powerful, but you only speak up when he messes up. You want him to feel appreciated, but you treat effort like it's the bare minimum. You don't say thank you because you think it will make you look weak. You don't give respect freely because you're afraid he'll stop trying. I've seen this in a lot of relationships. So you hold love hostage like it's leverage. And the whole time your body is tense, like you can't exhale in your own relationship. Your shoulders stay tight because you don't trust him to carry anything. Your stomach stays knotted because you don't feel supported. But you also don't allow support because control became your safety blanket. Then you hit him with the silent treatment or the long lectures or the cold vibe. Your nervous system thinks punishment will create change. All punishment creates is distance. He starts avoiding you. He stays at work longer. He forgets things because being wrong around you feels expensive. You take it personal. Your heart races and you attack harder. You think you're fighting for the relationship, but you're fighting for control. Meanwhile, he's fighting to not feel useless. And the moment he feels useless, his fire goes out. You can see it in his eyes. Less a spark, more blank stare. You can hear it in his voice. Short answers. No emotion. No play. That's not men being men. That's a man protecting what's left of his pride. The cause shows up as resentment on both sides. You feel alone when he's right there. He feels unwanted even when you say you love him. And both of your nervous systems stay on guard like home is a battlefield. That's why love feels heavy instead of safe. That fight style didn't start with him. It started when you learned love means pressure. You learned early on that you had to earn safety. Maybe you grew up around men who disappeared, exploded, or checked out. Maybe you watch a woman in your life carry everything and call it strength. So you decided you will never be the one left holding the bag. You became the manager. You became the fixer. You became the one who stays alert. Control became your comfort. Not because you're mean, but because you're scared. You learn that if you relax, something bad happens. So you build a self-image that says you handle it. And when you handle it, you feel powerful. But when he steps in, your body doesn't feel relief. Your body feels threatened. Because if he leads, you have to trust. And trust feels like walking without armor. So when he tries, you correct him. You don't mean to, but your nervous system does it for you. Your chest tightens when he takes charge. Your stomach flips when he does it differently than you. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Your brain calls it wrong, even when it's just unfamiliar. That's why you react fast. That's why your tone turns sharp before you even think. It's your old survival role protecting you. You also learn something else. Attention came from problems. Peace didn't get noticed, but drama did. So you got used to scanning for issues. You got used to love feeling like work. You got used to proving your worth by carrying the weight. And when a man offers help, part of you feels exposed. Because if you're not needed, you fear you're not valued. So you keep the relationship in a state where you're always needed. That's not love. That's survival trying to feel important. And it's why appreciation feels hard for you. Because appreciation means softening. And softening feels unsafe to the version of you that had to be tough. So you give feedback instead of gratitude. You give correction instead of respect. You give a checklist instead of a hug. And then you wonder why his energy dies. This is clear as day. The moment you feel out of control, your nervous system triggers, and you go to war with the person you say you love. You don't attack because you hate him. You attack because you're trying to stop the fear in your chest. The simple truth is this: awareness creates choice. When you catch the trigger, you can pause before you strike. When you pause, you give respect a chance to speak. And when respect leads, appreciation becomes natural instead of forced. That's when you stop turning love into a test and start turning it into a team. You walk into the house already tired, but your body is still on alert. Your shoulders are tight like you've been carrying a backpack of stress all day. Your stomach feels hollow, not hungry, just empty. He's in the living room, trying to be light, trying to be normal. He says, "Hey babe," and he smiles like he missed you. Your chest tightens anyway, because your mind is already listing what didn't get done. You look around and you see a small mess. And your pulse jumps. You don't even hear his tone. You hear a threat. You're alone again. Your jaw locks. Your breath gets short. You start talking fast, like speed will protect you from feeling disappointed. You say, "So you didn't clean up?" He pauses, and his face shifts like he just got hit. He says, "I was going to," but his voice is careful. Your nervous system hates careful because careful feels like distance. You push harder, like pressure will make him step up. You always say that. He takes a breath, and his shoulders rise like he's about to brace for a fight. His eyes look away for a second, and your stomach drops. You read that look as disrespect. Your throat tightens, and you feel heat crawl up your neck. You start listing everything you've done. You talk like a lawyer building a case. He stands there like a defendant, not a partner. He tries to speak, but you cut him off. You don't mean to, but your fear is driving. His jaw clenches. His hands go still. His chest gets tight like he's holding something in. You can see the moment he decides it's not safe to talk. He says, whatever, and he turns away. That whatever hits your body like abandonment. Your heart starts pounding fast and loud. Your brain screams, he doesn't care. You follow him because chasing feels like control. You keep talking because silence feels like losing. He stops, turns, and his voice gets cold. Nothing I do is ever enough for you. That line lands in your stomach like a brick. For a second, the room goes quiet and your ears ring. Your breath catches and you feel your eyes burn. You want to fire back, but something in you hesitates because you know it's true. Not that he does everything right, but that you rarely let him feel right. You feel your shoulders drop a little, like your body just got tired of war. He walks to the kitchen and starts cleaning fast, loud, like he's proving a point. The dishes clank and every sound feels like blame. Your stomach twists because you didn't want this. You wanted help. You wanted support. You wanted to feel like you weren't alone. But your nervous system only knows one way to ask. Attack first. You step into the kitchen and you watch him move. His face is tight. His eyes are hard. You can feel the wall between you like a thick glass. You try to speak, but your throat is tight like it won't let softness out. Your hands feel shaky and you hate that you're the one shaking. You hear a thought in your head, quiet but clear. If you don't change this, you're going to lose him. Your chest tightens again, but this time it's not anger. It's fear of your own habits. You take one slow breath into your belly, forcing your body to calm down. You step closer and you say, stop for a second. He doesn't turn around. You feel the urge to defend yourself, but you swallow it. Your heart is racing and you choose truth anyway. You say, you don't feel appreciated? He freezes like you finally spoke his language. He still doesn't look at you, but his shoulders drop a little. You feel tears in your eyes and you don't weaponize them. You say, you've been trying and you keep getting hit with what you didn't do. He turns halfway and his face looks tired, not mean. You can see how long he's been holding his pride in his chest. You step in and you put your hands on his arm, gentle, not grabbing. You say, thank you for being here. Thank you for trying. I've been acting like you can't win. Your voice shakes and your body wants to run, but you stay. He exhales like he's been underwater. He says in his head, finally, like a man who has been starving. His eyes soften and the room feels warmer without the armor. You realize respect isn't surrender, it's leadership. And the moment he feels respected, his posture changes like power came back online. You watch him step closer, not away, like he wants to protect you, not escape you. That's the moment you see it. Appreciation doesn't make him weak. It makes him ready. That's the real reframe. Appreciation isn't kissing ass. It's activating a man's purpose. Respect isn't you shrinking. It's you guiding the relationship toward peace. And peace is not passive. It's earned with how you speak. If you want him to go to war for you, you stop making him feel like the enemy at home. Because a man can fight the world all day, but he won't keep fighting a woman who makes him feel useless. Your nervous system has to learn this first. Love is not a threat. When you feel that chest-tight panic, you don't attack. When your jaw wants to clamp, you loosen it on purpose. When your breath gets shallow, you breathe low and slow like you're telling your body, stand down. That pause is power. That pause is where you stop repeating your childhood and start building your future. Now here's the fork in the road, and you already know the outcomes. Path 1 is the old way. You keep leading with criticism. You keep bringing him problems with a tone that sounds like disgust. You keep correcting him like he's a child. You keep acting like appreciation is a reward he has to earn perfectly. Your body stays tense. His body stays tense. The house stays tight. He stops trying because trying feels like failing. He gets quiet because words feel dangerous. You get louder because silence scares you. Your nervous system keeps slamming into each other until love feels like work without joy. And one day, you wake up living with a roommate, not a partner. Or you wake up alone telling yourself men don't stay. Path 2 is the war you actually need. You go to war with your tone. You go to war with your habit of scanning for wrong. You go to war with the old fear that says softness equals weakness. You build a man by letting him feel seen when he's trying. Not fake praise, a specific respect. Thank you for handling that. I notice you stepped up. I feel safe when you're here. Those lines hit his nervous system like oxygen. His shoulders drop. His chest opens. His eyes soften. Because deep down, he wants to know he matters to you. And when he feels like he matters, he starts moving different. He becomes more protective without being asked. He becomes more consistent without being chased. He starts solving problems like it's personal because you made it personal in the right way. That's the war for your energy. It's not control. It's devotion. This is plain and simple. No bullshit. Start with one rule for yourself. Stop correcting effort in the moment it's offered. If he tries, you don't slap his hand with "not like that." You breathe. You let your body calm and you let him finish. Then you guide later with respect, not heat. Second rule. Give appreciation daily, not after a blow up. One sentence a day. One clear thank you. One moment where you look at him like he's your man, not your project. Third rule. When your nervous system triggers, name it. You tell yourself this is fear, not truth. You tell yourself you don't need control. You need connection. Then you choose the next words like they decide the climate of your home. Because they do. Fourth rule. Respect his wins out loud. You don't wait until he's gone to realize what he carried. Please don't do that. You make him feel powerful while he's still standing next to you. Not by worshiping him, but by honoring what he brings. Fifth rule. Stop treating him like he owes you love. Love is not a debt. Love is built with daily choices. And your tone is a daily choice. Oh, yes, it is. You are not a boss in a relationship. You are a partner with power. You are not a critic. You are a builder. You are not a wounded child swinging at safety. You are a grown woman choosing respect. You are not a detective hunting mistakes. You are a leader creating peace. You are not just blunt. You are responsible for the nervous system you create in your home. And if you want a man to go to war for you, you become the place he can rest. Rest doesn't mean lazy. Rest means safe. Safe means respected. Respected means appreciated. Appreciated means motivated. Motivated means loyal. Loyal means he stands between you and the storm without needing a speech. That's the truth. Now, don't use this content and then go back to the same toxic tone tonight. Put it in your mouth. Put it in your habits. Put it in your pauses. If you're serious, prove it with one line today. Tell him one thing you appreciate and don't add a but. Let it land clean. Watch what happens in his eyes. Watch his shoulders change. Watch how fast his nervous system responds to being honored. And if you're the man hearing this, stop acting like you don't feel it. Your body knows when you're respected. Your body knows when you're being used. Choose a woman who builds your power, not one who competes with it. That's Relationship Wednesday. That's how you stop making love a battlefield. That's how you turn two scared nervous system into a team. Now share this with someone who keeps saying they want a strong man while they keep cutting his legs out. Drop your biggest blind spot in the comments so you can stop lying to yourself. Hit that subscribe button because you don't need more relationship advice. You need a relationship system. And if you keep coming back, you keep getting sharper. You stop begging. You stop controlling. You stop testing love like it's a trap. You start building a home where respect is normal. You start speaking like you actually want him to win. You start acting like you're on the same fucking side. You start appreciating what you used to ignore. You stop waiting until it's broken to act right. You lead with calm even when your chest wants to flare up. You breathe low when your tone wants to cut. You pick connection over control. You pick respect over revenge. You pick building over breaking. And when you do that, a good man doesn't just show up. He protects. He provides. He goes to war for you because you made him feel like a king in his own home. And remember, the choice is yours.